Straight ahead on 12 News, a guilty plea in a grim murder case. Then, nearly a third of all state fairgoers arrive at the grounds by bus. See the big change happening this year. But first, finding room for all-day kindergarten students. 12 News starts right now. With school starting in less than 2 weeks, some districts are scrambling to find space for students.
The all-day kindergarten program is making some cramped classrooms even more crowded. And Sonia Goen shows us what one school in Plymouth is doing to find space.
We've been in here since last Friday.
Kathleen Bernard is busy getting her classroom ready for the new school year.
It takes a lot to set up that room.
Things will be different this year.
Getting it ready.
Mrs. Bernard's room is one of 4 kindergarten classes being held at Central Middle School.
We most definitely miss our home school, but really this is going to be a lovely setup for us. It's ready for us. They've got the rooms set.
We're packed.
Sam Fredrickson is the principal at Birchview Elementary. He says the building is bulging at the seams.
A building that's designed for somewhere in the 550, we're up almost to 650 right now with students.
All-day kindergarten only increased those numbers.
When all-day kindergarten came online, we needed more space. And the thought was, okay, we can maybe still cram 2 classrooms into the building, but we can't have all 4 in our building.
So the school decided to move all kindergartners to Central Middle School. The younger students will have their own space.
So this is the kindergarten wing, guys. This is where you get to be the best role models for the young kids.
The kindergartners will also have separate bathrooms and play areas, but the school nurses will share duties. Now, just because kindergartners are down the street at Central Middle School doesn't mean that they're out of the loop at Birchview Elementary. They'll come back here for school assemblies and other activities.
I knew our school was crowded.
Carrie Moss isn't really worried about her son Tyler going to kindergarten with the big kids.
No, I think they're going to keep them divided enough that it won't be an issue.
And Tyler isn't giving it a second thought either. He would rather play with his school supplies. Are you excited?
Yeah.
In Plymouth, Sonia Goins, 12 News.
All but one elementary school in the Wayzata School District is full to capacity. A new elementary school should be complete by 2016.
There's some good news for Minnesota students moving from high school to college. For the 9th year in a row, Minnesota high school seniors were tops in the nation on the ACT test. Minnesota seniors posted an average score of 22.9 compared to the nationwide average of 21.
A man accused of killing 2 women pleads guilty in one case and is expected to enter a guilty plea in another. Alberto Palmer is accused of dumping the women's bodies in cars in Brooklyn Park. In February of 2013, the body of 18-year-old Brittany Clardy was found in a car that was towed away from a Brooklyn Park apartment complex. Clardy met Palmer through the website Backpage.com. Palmer was accused of choking and beating Clardy and leaving her body in the car, which was later found in Columbia Heights. Palmer has pleaded guilty to second-degree intentional murder, which carries a sentence of 40 years in prison. And that plea deal also includes the death of 24-year-old Clarissa Cook. Her body was found in the trunk of a car that had been left in a grocery store parking lot in Brooklyn Park.
A Brooklyn Center man has been sentenced to prison for impersonating a police detective while kidnapping and raping a woman. An Anoka County judge sentenced 36-year-old Gideon Arrington II to 27 years in prison. The assault happened in Fridley last November. The criminal complaint says Arrington cleansed the victim with bleach before letting her go. The 27-year sentence exceeds state guidelines. Arrington previously spent time in prison for a robbery in Brooklyn Park in 2009.
Hennepin County is looking to partner with Ramsey County to come up with a new way to house at-risk youth who get in trouble with the law. The Hennepin County Home School in Minnetonka is a residential treatment center where youth are confined. But officials say it and a similar facility in Ramsey County are not up to current standards.
Both of the facilities are aging, both need significant capital investment, and both, depending on who you talk to, would be suggested as being out of date for today's needs in that regard.
Hennepin County Commissioners approved the idea of exploring whether they can work together with Ramsey County on a single facility that would serve troubled youth from both counties. 17,000 pets found a home last year through the Animal Humane Society.
This summer, a makeover at the Golden Valley shelter aims to increase adoptions.
You know, we really think first impressions are important.
The garden spruce up outside Golden Valley's Animal Humane Society is one cue. This building is getting a breath of new life.
With the glass doors that we've installed, the cats have much more visibility.
Inside, a $200,000 transformation is almost complete.
The cats come up to the door to see what's going on. So that just entices people to want to walk in and visit with them.
Think creating a more user-friendly adoption area and other changes that showcase the cats.
The cat numbers are overwhelming in Minnesota, but even across the United States.
On any given day, there are at least 150 cats here in Golden Valley, and goal number one remains to find these guys a home. The renovations include the creation of 8 cat colony rooms, lots of glass, less cages, so people can check out the kitties as they roam the room.
They have 25,000 animals go through here a year. Our focus is helping these guys over here, these little cats and kittens, find forever homes.
The makeover project was kick-started by a $50,000 grant from Purina. Some employees are even on scene to help with the work, and the money has helped transform the adoption area. Gone is the big counter.
That experience had a very transactional feel to it, you know, like going to a bank teller.
Now it's cozy seating and spaces that allow for conversations and a more personalized adoption process.
It feels a little bit more homey and comfortable.
The renovations will be revealed tonight, Wednesday evening, at an open house until 8 o'clock. Coming up, you go to the State Fair for the food, but why not save some money while you're at it? We'll show you how coming up.
And later in sports, a talented Hopkins volleyball team is set for the season opener.
But first, a look at your AccuWeather forecast.
It's been called one of the best deals connected with the Minnesota State Fair, and that's the express bus service that gets you to the fair. Bus service starts running Thursday and runs every day starting at 8 in the morning at Brookdale Square in Brooklyn Center. Buses arrive about every 15 minutes. On weekends, you can also catch an express bus at the Maple Grove Transit Station. Buses show up there about every half hour. Cost per trip is $5, and children 4 and under are free. If you're in Plymouth or Golden Valley areas, the park and ride lot at County Road 73 near Interstate 394 might be the most convenient for you. If you arrive by bus, you'll see one of the biggest changes to the Minnesota State Fair.
Reporter Shannon Slatton shows us the new transit hub, as well as a few ways to save some cash in today's Money Savers.
Minnesota State Fair is here, and we're here today with someone who knows all things fair. Brianna Schutte, thanks for being here.
You bet, Shannon.
Big changes this year. Tell us what's new.
Big changes, yes. You're going to see the most significant changes to the fairgrounds, the program, and the experience than you've seen in 75 years, or that most of us have ever seen for that matter. The west end of the fairgrounds has been completely made over. We have a brand new transit hub there where about 1/3 of the fair guests are going to be dropped off and picked up via public transportation coming to and from the fair. And then you'll enter into a grand promenade, beautiful West End Gate Plaza with all sorts of guest services and the beautifully restored 1930s streetcar arch. And then off to your right is the brand new West End Market, which is filled with specialty merchants, artisans, 2 premier new restaurants, and the Minnesota State Fair History and Heritage Center.
All right, so there's lots of new things to see, and there's a few ways to save money as well, starting with the bargain book.
Yes, if you're a coupon clipper, the State Fair's Blue Ribbon Bargain Book is your personal passport to savings. It's 150 coupons this year, which is 25 more coupons than in years past. It's good on everything from food and beverages to merchandise to attractions here at the State Fair. And if you were to use all the coupons in the book, you'd save more than $900.
All right, what else should we know about saving money?
Saving money, I would definitely recommend taking a look at the calendar, because if you plan ahead just a little bit, you can save a bundle of money before you even walk through the gates by choosing to come on one of our special discount days. There are 2 kids' days, 2 senior days, a read and ride day where you get in for a discount with your valid public library card at the gate, and we have a U.S. Military Appreciation Day where if you show proof of military service, you get a discount as well.
Lots of good information. Thank you very much, Brianna, for sharing that with us. And we have more money-saving tips for at the fair on our website. Go to 12.tv.
All right, thanks, Shannon. And Shannon tells us there are some freebies at the fair, too. You can get a free haircut, a free Nutella sample, or even climb on a ropes course, all for free. Coming up, why one man is running the length of dozens of marathons. We'll have his story a little bit later.
But first in sports, the Armstrong football team hopes for better things this fall. We'll be right back. Well, it's already that time. The real games, well, already in tennis they were already playing, and now volleyball starts Thursday.
That's right. School's still a little ways off, but they've been practicing, and now it's time to go here. Ready or not, the talented Hopkins volleyball team hits the court for 2 big matches this week to kick off the 2014 season. The Royals, who were 21-7 last season, host New Prague Thursday and then take on Osseo Saturday. The Saturday match is part of a day full of top-level volleyball at the Lindbergh Center in the Breakdown Side-Out Classic. It's never too early for a key matchup.
No, I think it's a good thing. I think it's good to get on the court and play together early in the season to see what we can do right away.
Yeah, I'm excited to play Osseo. We haven't really gotten a chance to play them ever, I don't think, and so it's fun to play those teams that are like far away that we'll never play in section. Hopefully at state too, so.
The Royals have all but one starter back from a team that started very strong last season but lost in the opening round of section play. An ankle injury to star setter and Gopher recruit Samantha Seliger-Swenson is slowing her down a bit, but she hopes to play this week. There's no doubt this is a chance to be one of the best team Hopkins has ever had.
For me personally, I would say yes, just because we've all worked together and there's some new girls in there fitting right in so far.
I'm very excited about the potential of our team this year. I think we have 14 players who are very capable. They're all 14 varsity level athletes, and I think we're going to battle each day at practice. I think our practice culture is going to be really competitive, and in the end, you know, come October, November, that's when you want to be at your best and competing, and we'll be ready.
The Hopkins-Osseo match Saturday night is at 7 o'clock. Action starts at 9 a.m. at the Breakdown Side-Out Classic that day. It's a fresh start for the Armstrong football team this fall. A new head coach will lead the way as the Falcons look to get their program turned around. Here's today's training camp report. New Falcons coach Jack Negan wants his team to work hard, but he wants them to remember this is supposed to be fun too.
This group, the attitudes and the effort have been really good in the summer and in the first couple days of our week of the two-a-days, you know, but we were wound up a little bit, a little tight sometimes, and so the other day we really had a talk with these guys that you have my blessing to have fun, and so we really want it to be a good time for the kids and, you know, celebrate when things go well. And
Redkey looking to throw. There's no sugarcoating it. Last fall was a tough one for the Falcons, who went 0-9, gave up at least 31 points in every game, and had just one relatively close game. Turning it around won't be easy.
A new beginning, which we already had, but we just got to take the players to be committed and to believe in themselves, that it takes the players to make things happen and to just believe in yourself and just play the game.
We got to have kids that want to be out and want to be part of it. They need to know that the coaches care about them and that it's going to be a fun experience for them. So that's the first thing we're trying to build as we talk numbers and try to get the program going in the right direction.
The good news, there's definitely some talent to work with, including powerful junior linebacker and running back Thomas Barber, whose father Marion and brothers Marion III and Dom all played in the NFL. Receiver defensive back Dexter Betts, receiver defensive back Trey Tate, and safety Jack Leas. Former Armstrong and Augsburg running back Jason Potts is the new offensive coordinator, and they look to push the pace on offense.
I would say everything is going well. We are working on faster pace, trying to speed everything up.
Making this a winning program won't happen overnight, but they're hoping to take a step in the right direction this fall at Armstrong. The Falcons return 3 offensive and 4 defensive starters. Jack Negan's been a teacher and boys basketball assistant at Armstrong, but have been coaching football at Holy Angels. The Falcons open next Thursday against Spring Lake Park. While Armstrong and most of the teams in our area play their first games next week, the teams with 0 week games kick off for real on Friday and Saturday. 4 local squads have games this week, 3 of them on the road. Park Center takes on Richfield, Brooklyn Center travels to St. James, and Hopkins plays host to Superior, Wisconsin, all on Friday night. Then Saturday afternoon, Providence Academy plays at Crookston. We're hoping for not real high humidity like we've had this week for these games.
All right, thanks, Jay.
You bet.
Still ahead, he has already run thousands of miles.
Why one grandfather says that's nothing compared to the disease he's running against. We'll be right back.
A grandparent's love for a child knows few boundaries.
And as Delane Cleveland tells us, that's never been more true than in the case of David Kuhn, who's taking extreme measures to help his granddaughter fight cystic fibrosis.
With school not yet in session, the Champlain Park football field serves as a practice space for the band.
Ready? Yep. Okay.
But if you look closely this week at the surrounding track, you'll find David Kuhn making the rounds.
The principal and the activities director just welcomed me with open arms.
David made his way here from DeKalb, Illinois, and he's on a mission to run 20 miles a day around the perimeter states of the U.S. until he reaches 11,000 miles. But he's not doing it for personal gain.
I have a 12-year-old granddaughter that has cystic fibrosis. It's a pretty terrible disease.
So day after day, week after week, David finds himself on a different track in a different state, running with different people, all in the name of his granddaughter.
Whatever it takes to raise money for the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation.
His partner this morning is Brent Johnson of Champlain.
I thought I'd come out here and run with him. It'd be pretty cool experience just to meet David and it's really impressive, what he's doing.
Impressive not just because of the miles he's accumulating, but because David is also blind. Has been since an accident with a drunk driver back in 1981.
No anger, no sadness. Wouldn't mind having my eyesight back, but it's not, the end of the world.
Yet he says his impairment is nothing compared to what his granddaughter endures every day.
They develop an awful lot of mucus in the body, and it's really thick, awful stuff.
So until he's run the equivalent of 420 marathons and achieved his goal of raising $500,000 on behalf of Kylie, this 62-year-old will keep at it.
All I have to do is think about my granddaughter, my daughter, and all those people I've met along the way with cystic fibrosis, and, I think, really, come on, quit complaining.
In Brooklyn Park, Delane Cleveland, 12 News.
For more information about David's journey and how you can donate to help fight cystic fibrosis, you can go to our website. That's 12.tv. We'll have some information there. That is dedication to a cause.
Journey.
That
exactly
is a journey.
the right word. What a journey. Wow.
Yeah. That's it for now. Thanks so much for joining us, everyone.
We'll see you back here tomorrow at 4. Community Corner is coming up next.